everyone, I'm MacKenzie and I'm with the Beaverton City Library. Normally I'm at Murray Shoals, but today I'm at home and I'm going to show you how you can make some cool castles or other sort of creations for your cat to hang out in this summer. So the book that I am using is called Cat Castles, 20 Cardboard Habitats You Can Build Yourself. It's by Karen Oliver. Cool thing is that it is available on Overdrive. So if you can't get to the physical copy right now, then you can check it out on Overdrive or through Libby. All right, so there's a lot of projects with this book and some of them are a lot more detailed than others. So I'm just gonna show you a few things that I made that you can easily recreate at home. So first I have my pretty simple cat castle. And I just used a small cardboard box and I folded in the flaps and I drew it to make it look like a castle on the outside. I wrote Cat Castle on it so you're not confused. And this is just one side. You can use all four sides of your cat castle. So I used some permanent markers. And you can also decorate with other things like feathers or washi tape or any other things that you might have at home that you might want to decorate with. Ribbon. Just make sure that whatever you do decide to add to decorate, that it won't be something that your cat maybe tries to eat. All right. Something extra that I added to my cat castle, I put inside a layer of crinkly newspaper because some cats really like crinkly things. I've learned recently about crinkle bags. They're really cool. So I just added some crinkly newspaper and then added an old pillowcase on top to make it nice and soft for the cat. So it feels cozy as well as a little crinkly. A few extra things that you could always do with your cat castle or your habitat. I didn't do on this because this is a smaller box, but if you have a larger box like this, you could always cut out holes in the side of the box. So say I added a hole right here, then it could be a way for the cat to crawl inside to their cardboard habitat. The other thing that I made was I started working on a scratch pad for a cat. And this is a specific project in here. It is called a round scratching pad. And this just uses, so I just cut off all the flaps on a box. And I used a pretty small box, so I didn't have to cut the flaps, but you might just want to cut the flap shorter because a big box like this with these size of flaps, it would make a pretty tall scratch pad. So if I were using this box, I would probably cut all of them in half to make it a little lower to the floor. All right, so here I have rolled a whole bunch of those flaps together. So here's what I have so far. And I have another big piece of flap. So what I'm going to do to keep working on it is I got this long flap. Like I said, it was a small box. And I'm just going to roll it. And I want to roll it pretty tight. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep going. And then when I get to the end, I will use my masking tape. Then the instructions say painter's tape, but this is what I have. If you have duct tape at home, that would probably also work pretty well. Something like Scotch tape probably wouldn't work quite as well. So I just taped it off right here. And you can see this is still pretty small. Like this is probably just 1, 2, 3. This is probably just 4 inches in diameter. Whereas this one in the picture is probably at least a foot. So just know that for this project, you would have to use a lot of cardboard because this used almost up an entire box. It was a pretty small box, but I don't know about you, but I've been getting online orders and I have shoe boxes, all sorts of things that you might have some leftover cardboard. So that is how you can make a scratch pad for your cat. And then if you want to make it kind of fancy for your cat, you can put some ribbon around the ends. You could draw on the sides. You could add some fancy paper and wrap some fancy paper around the side and either glue it on or tape it on. As you can see, they added some fancy paper around theirs. And as you can see, there's kind of short, low to the ground. You want the cat to be able to reach it. So that is your round scratching pad. And I just wanted to show really quick all the different projects that this book has. They're really cool. So these are some of them. So my cat castle looked a little bit different than their cat castle. Just a reminder, if you are using like an X-Acto knife or scissors when cutting cardboard, just remember to cut away from yourself, right? What else? We have a train, we have an airplane, there's that scratching pad that I showed you how to make. Here's a scratching post. Here is a hanging scratching pad and all sorts of things. Here you can see that they cut out those circles that cats can climb into and like maybe poke their paws out of. So this is a really fun book if you want to stretch your creative skills and make something for your cat to get cuddly with at home. This is a great way to do that. So I hope you have fun with this and I will see you next time. Bye.